I could really go into detail about it. I'm not the person to really speak on names and go to someone behind their back and try to leak stuff to the media. That's never been me. There's a lot of disrespect that goes on with people's families, with their names, and I'm just not with it.
Kyrie Irving made his first appearance for the Dallas Mavericks today, and man, do we have a lot to cover as a result of this. I mean, he responded to LeBron James's reaction to the Lakers not being able to trade for him. He discussed his feelings towards his old team, which threw a little bit of shade at his old team as well. He opened up about why he demanded a trade. He discussed why he deleted an apology tweet from the controversy earlier on this year. And of course, probably the most exciting part of this video is we also got the opportunity to watch Kyrie Irving's first practice due to some really awesome sources. So before we get to the content, we're currently on the grind to 700,000 subscribers. Make sure you subscribe and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. Now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. Today's video is sponsored by the Gel Blaster Surge, which is one of my favorite products that I've ever been sponsored by. The Gel Blaster Surge is the best gel blaster on the market and is super fun and easy to use. One of my favorite features about this gel blaster is it's so easy to charge. You just plug in this USB-C into the port and bam, you can get up to 4 hours of play on a full charge. Now, how does it work? Well, allow us to demonstrate. It's time for you and I to have a talk. I want you to say, whose year is it?
The Chiefs.
Whose year is it? Whose year is it? Whose year is it?
The Cowboys!
That's what I thought. So click the link in my bio and use code MIKE10 to get 10% off of the Gel Blaster Surge. And thank you, Gel Blaster, for the sponsor! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Kyrie Irving opened up the day by answering a few questions from the media. And the way he got started was by addressing the reason why he demanded a trade to begin with. And it all came down to respect for him at the end of the day, because this is what Kyrie Irving ended up saying.
In the seat today, I just know I want to be places where I'm celebrated and not just tolerated or kind of dealt with in a way that doesn't make me feel respected. And there were times throughout this process when I was in Brooklyn where I felt very disrespected, and my talent, I work extremely hard at what I do. No one ever talks about my work ethic though. Everyone talks about what I'm doing off the floor, so. Look,
man, with all due respect to Kyrie Irving, in order to be the general manager that deals with Kyrie Irving's demands and Kyrie Irving's antics, you have to have a lot of patience. I could see things from the Kyrie Irving perspective. In year 2, I think he was dealing with some issues mentally. I think a really close family member of his passed away, so he wanted some personal time with his family. In year 3, he didn't want to take a vaccine, which he perceived to be harmful to himself, so he only played in 29 games that year. And this past year, he was really trying to get in touch with his spiritual roots and his ancestors, and I guess on that path, he stumbled upon a documentary that he really connected with and decided to post it onto his social media. I believe in my heart of hearts, Kyrie Irving doesn't go out of his way to be blatantly anti-Semitic. I honestly think in my heart of hearts, this is just a guy that really wanted to connect with his roots. But you have to look at this from the perspective of the Brooklyn Nets ownership and management. This is controversy after controversy after controversy, and these are the big controversies that kept him out of games. We're not talking about the time that he stomped on the Boston Celtics logo. I mean, I don't blame him for doing that because I think Celtics fans really said some horrible things to him, including Glenn Big Baby Davis, who kind of taunted Kyrie Irving for stomping on the Boston Celtics logo.
Everybody mad at me because Kyrie Irving stepped on Lucky and Lucky got his get back. Don't get mad at me because Lucky got his get back. I didn't say nothing. You know?
But ultimately, Kyrie Irving felt like he was being tolerated by the Brooklyn Nets front office as opposed to being celebrated. And that's the reason why he demanded a trade. My personal theory was he just wanted a contract extension, but I don't think he's going to come out here and straight up say,
I wanted more money. The Brooklyn Nets won't give me more money.
I think the way he's saying this is a fancier way of saying,
they didn't respect me enough to max me out on my contract, but
I'm not going to put words in his mouth. This is just the way I'm interpreting it. He also mentioned how he did everything he could to lead his teammates and be a good leader to his teammates, which I personally found to be very interesting.
From people in the front office or people around you, I mean, I don't know what person feels comfortable or confident in that type of environment. And again, I don't want to go into too many details because it's water under the bridge now. Like, I wish them well. Left them in 4th place. I did what I was supposed to do. Took care of my teammates. Was incredibly selfless in my approach to leading. I just wanted to do all the right things for myself, not to appease anybody that had something negative to say about me or they judged me. You know, this basketball game, it's fun, and I want to keep it that way. I want to stay competitive and just work hard. So
it's more stuff about feeling disrespected. I don't necessarily want to comment on Kyrie Irving's leadership. I didn't play on the Brooklyn Nets. That's something that definitely sent Twitter into a frenzy, but I thought it was really interesting when he commented on LeBron James. He really gave a very higher than thou answer.
For opportunity, but I think you heard in his interview, like, as much as the what ifs I would love to focus on and cherish, and you know, what could have been or what should be, I have to shift my focus to what we have going on here.
And then he was asked about the fact that he deleted an apology for posting a controversial documentary in the beginning of the year. A lot of you guys reached out to me for my own comment. I'm gonna be honest, I think I put out everything about how this affected me personally and why it bothered me personally in the beginning of the year. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of hunting down a person and trying to criticize each and every little thing that they do, because to be honest, maybe Kyrie Irving perceived it as a stain on his social media and he wanted to just move on from it. Maybe he just wanted a clean slate. I personally don't think that he's out there trying to harm society, but I do think he does periodically make mistakes and is too stubborn to own up to it. Well, anyway, this was his reaction and response to deleting his apology on Instagram for posting a link to the documentary.
I delete a lot of things on my Instagram. You know, I've had things that have happened before in my life, probably not as drastic of that moment, which led to a lot of confusion and uncertainty, I felt like, and what I meant and what I stand for. And I had to sit up in these mics and explain to the world who I am when I know who I am. So, you know, I delete things all the time, and it's no disrespect to anyone within the community.
And I'll be honest, I thought it was just a bunch of word salad. But again, I'm not necessarily checking Kyrie Irving's Instagram constantly to see what he's doing or what he's deleting. I don't keep track of that type of stuff. At the end of the day, bro, the owner of your new team is Jewish. The commissioner of the NBA is Jewish. Do whatever the hell you want, honestly. It doesn't affect me. This brings us to the part of the video I was the most excited about, though. And that's the fact that Kyrie Irving actually played some games and we got some great practice footage of him. And you could see, man, like, already just what you could come to expect from Kyrie Irving is here. It's interesting because they're playing at USC, so I'm assuming that this took place in Los Angeles. I'm not necessarily sure, but this scrimmage, man, there's just so much to be excited about already, including that lob to JaVale McGee, even though the Dallas Mavericks are rumored to potentially trade JaVale McGee. There was additional action here, man. I mean, Mark Cuban said it best, where the Dallas Mavericks already felt like they had the best ball handler in the NBA with Luka Doncic, and adding Kyrie Irving just makes them have the second best ball handler in the NBA. Although that was kind of a miss, I just felt like I'd give you guys as much Kyrie Irving footage as humanly possible, especially because it's first debut. This footage was really freaking cool also. I mean, just seeing him in blue, man, looks really, really nice. I'm trying to imagine Kyrie with Luka Doncic just next to one another. It's gonna be very exciting to see. Huge shout out to Callie Kaplan from Twitter for all this footage as well. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Do you think Kyrie Irving's gonna sign a huge contract extension? Do you expect him to leave the Dallas Mavericks in free agency? Do you think the Dallas Mavericks made the right move trading for Kyrie? Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.